It was 7 years ago, and I was helping a friend of mine, a research scientist, with his captive breeding program for arapaima. His long-term goal is to take the pressure off the wild population, and he needed to capture his fish to pair them up with likely mates. We'd caught several fish already and weighed and measured them without problem, when I let my guard down. While drawing in a net with an arapaima trapped inside, this hard-nosed giant turned from fish into missile. From nowhere, I had 100 pounds of solid bone smash into me. Weeks later, a doctor described my injury as similar to the impact of striking the steering column during a car crash. I'm not saying this is some malignant creature that will deliberately hunt and eat you. It doesn't have the mouth for it. But corner one of these beasts and it will launch a preemptive strike.
It is this event that makes me believe the arapaima may be the killer in question. If these fishermen were hunting arapaima or accidentally caught one in a net, this animal will violently defend itself. Just one thrash connecting with the head is all it would take to knock you unconscious, leaving you at the mercy of the Amazon's scavenging river monsters.
Now, it's a case of seeing who has more guile, me or the fish. And I don't have long to wait.
There's a hit, there's a hit, there's a hit. I'm letting it go down, and now that's hooked. This feels a bit different. Oh my goodness.
This fish feels enormous.
It's going down, it's going down, it's going down.
And the bandage on my thumb is useless.
So much for that plaster, the whole thing just popped off. It's melting my thumb!
Without the protective tape, the fast-spinning reel strips off my skin, and the fish is gone.
Stuff! I put plaster on my thumb, and it comes off. How one little thing can let you down. I'm using my thumb as a brake, and the plaster just comes off. That's what it does, rips my thumb, and we lose the fish.
I need to let the line run very freely to avoid the fish realising the bait's attached to anything.
It's a bit of a battle of nerves, this. Something's taken off, it's on the end, it's stopped. It's off again. It's off again. Yeah, really. That's good. Good sign. Right, it's going to be very soon.
Oh, I think it's off. Oh, no, no, no. No, no.
It's coming toward us.
That's a small, it's a turtle or it's a small fish. It's coming in
it's a
very
little
easily.
gar.
Is it a needle nose? Look at that greedy thing. That greedy thing. Ah!
This gator gar has eyes bigger than its stomach. But at 3 feet long, it's a chance for me to test whether these fish have an aggressive character.
Right.
They grow at 18 inches their first year, so it's probably, between a year and 2.
That tongue's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. There's those 2 rows of teeth on the top.
These teeth are 3/8 of an inch long, a quarter of the length of those of a fully grown gator gar.
Oh my God, you got bit, huh?
I was just in there trying to get the hook out.
Score 1 for the fish.
Yeah. It's a very young alligator gar with a big appetite. I'm just going to lob him back in the water. Whoops! Back in the water.
My idea that the gar is just a misunderstood, big, ugly, stupid fish has caught me out. Maybe it does deserve its reputation after all.
This fish has actually still got a lot of energy left. I brought it in on very heavy gear, so it's actually got a lot of energy left. Normally they'd be pretty tired out. I think I'm just going to slide him over the side, well ahead of our next fishing spot. So here we go. Back you go.
Even a fish this small has managed to draw blood.
Good battle scars.
It did, didn't it? But you can see the sort of the cut on it.
This is a setback to my theory that the gator gar may have been unfairly blamed for these violent attacks. The consequences, if this fish was scaled up to a monstrous 8 to 10 feet, are beginning to hit home.
When you think about a gar that size with teeth to match and a body like a torpedo, it really is a terrifying prospect. You've just got a living weapon of destruction.
Unaffected by the recent storm, the lake's crystal clear waters look ideal for a muskie hunt. This is beautifully clear water. I can see the bait very distinctly, but I'm not looking at the lure so much as the space behind it, about 3, 4, 5 foot behind, to see if there's something following it. Though ferocious, muskies are also cunning. Before hitting a lure, they'll often stalk it, sometimes right up to the boat. So every time the lure comes in, I keep it circling in the water for several moments before lifting it out. And most times there's just nothing there, but once in a while you lock onto the shape of a fish. I'm now well past 1,000 casts and still waiting for a lucky break.
Ah, yes!
It's a fish.
That's a fish. Yes, yes, yes!
It's a toothy predator, though not yet the one I'm after.
This could be a good sign. The pike are feeding. But to be honest, the fish that I'm after could inhale this in one mouthful.
The northern pike is a fast, aggressive predator. But for a big muskie, this would be little more than a bite-sized snack. As the hours pass, I try every conceivable combination of lure and location.
Lots of casting. They do call muskie the fish of 10,000 casts, but the point is it's not the same cast over and over again. You're varying the lure, but also different location, different speed, different depth, and you just never know in advance which cast is going to be the one that pushes the fish's buttons. I think there's a pike on. Here we go.
I'm having absolutely no problem attracting pike.
Another pike.
Oh.
But its bigger, uglier brother is nowhere to be seen.
Another pike. It's a pike again.
I catch pike after pike. It's a struggle to stay focused. And then, to compound my frustration, I'm impaled by my own hook.
I'll just take it.
Yeah, all right, good. Ah, the pike's off. I hooked myself. Best hook up all day, myself. I got off lightly. The good thing was that that pike actually came off. It wasn't attached to my arm and flapping around. Well, if that had been a muskie, and if that had stayed attached rather than unhooking itself, I could be in a lot more trouble.
I'm on my way to meet somebody who has made it his life's work to understand these near invisible killers, particularly how their toxin works on humans. Now, he knows better than most what this actually feels like because he was once stung on the face and hospitalized for 50 hours.
Dr. Seymour, I presume?
It is indeed. Thanks, buddy.
Dr. Jamie Seymour has spent 20 years researching box jellyfish, attempting to understand their behaviour and how their complex venom works. To make anti-venom, he has to collect live samples. It's risky work in 100+ degree heat, handling the planet's deadliest creature. I've never seen a box jellyfish, so I've agreed to help him collect samples from these ghostly killers for the anti-venom lab. What makes them so dangerous to man are their tentacles. An adult box jellyfish can grow up to 40 of them, and each one contains around 5,000 stinging cells. That makes 200,000 deadly points of contact. They can sense when they touch something living, and that triggers thousands of tiny darts. The toxin then enters the blood. It takes only 6 to 7 feet of a single tentacle to kill an adult human. My wetsuit should act as a barrier.
This water might look quite inviting, but Jamie tells me that just this little bit of beach here, there could be hundreds of box jellyfish, and getting in without due precaution and due vigilance would actually be, verging on insanity even.
So what you're looking for is, it's a little hard to explain it, but a transparent jellyfish with a set of tentacles.
Right.
There's one right there.
So it's just a sort of a fuzzy white, but that purple is quite...
The purple's a dead set giveaway, but not all the animals have purple tentacles.
Yeah.
Another one out here.
Yep.
Another one there.
I'm just thinking, you could come down here, hot day, let's just splash through the water, cool off, and you could die, couldn't you? Just need to eat water.
Look, it's in these sorts of conditions, it's not a matter if you could die, it's you will die. I mean, if you're swimming in here and you didn't know what was going on, yeah, you die. It's as simple as that.
We're on the lookout for bigger specimens. Jamie needs fully grown adults to harvest their venom.
The main reason we're here is to collect venom. What happens is you grab the animal, you pick it up, you cut the tentacles off, so we'll cut about half of the tentacles off, and then we can take the tentacles back to the lab and extract the venom. Now what you need to remember is these guys will grow the tentacles back somewhere between half to an inch in length a day. So cutting off half the tentacles is not really a major issue for these animals. They grow them back very, very quickly.
Jamie has learned that it is possible to gently grasp the jellyfish by its body without being stung. He tells me that to do this you need the sensitivity and feel that can only be achieved by using bare hands.
Oh, what's that, right in the...
Yeah, that's a beauty, actually. That's a cracker. Righto. And you see, so we're literally in sort of knee-deep water here, and it's almost impossible to see.
Yes.
Now. You want to be in front of the animal?
Yes.
It's going to take 2 hands.
Yes.
And it'll be a lot heavier than you think.
Right, okay.
It's now or never. Time to commit.
Wait a minute. That touched something. Yeah, there's tentacle all over the bell there.
Yep.
All over the bell.
After only the briefest of touches, it feels like my skin is on fire. And that was with less than 1/10 of an inch of contact.
Yes, it's starting to burn. It's starting to burn. It's dialing up a little bit. Yeah.
Imagine 6 or 7 feet worth of that. I mean, you probably got 1/4 of an inch maybe.
Yes.
So, dial it up a heck of a lot and you start to get some indication of the pain that goes with it. Now, for me, I'd let that animal go.
Let it go.
We'll look for another one because now it's got tentacles and things around its bell. You can't pick it up by that top end.
No. Okay, so leave that one.
Then the team tell me of a river where lampreys head upstream in their thousands to spawn, where they are intercepted by a fish trap like no other. I'm going there to meet fish biologist Brad Young.
This dam was constructed specifically for the purpose of blocking sea lamprey adults as they try to spawn. It's about 9 miles upstream from the lake. So they've been able to swim up on their own from here. They can swim about 3 feet per second and go over rapids without any problem. So as they're migrating upstream to find places to build nests and reproduce, we intercept them in this trap, and the sea lamprey are taken out and destroyed on site.
Usually the river monsters I hunt are elusive creatures that are often revered or even protected. But it's a different story here. Culling has started to reduce the number of attacks, and the trap may be my only chance to get my hands on this primeval predator. But that means descending into a cramped concrete cell in the middle of the dam. A cell that could be harbouring hundreds of blood-sucking lampreys.
Oh! I think I just trod on something. There's a lot around the intake. A lot around there. I can just feel it's soft.
There you go.
Oh yeah. I've just got a knot of lampreys in here, and it's quite a sight. There's something about anything snake-like. It just produces that sort of instinctive, squirmy reaction. I really don't know if I want to handle these. Right, here we go. Oh look, there's one attached to another one there. That's wriggling. Right. Okay. There. Oh, right. Okay. Do we put them in the other net there?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Ah. That is a very, very strange sensation. Very strange, and it's looking me right in the eye. Ah. That's a good way to calm them down. But I now need to get it off and get it in this. Oh, look at that. It's actually. Oh. I've been bitten by fish before, but I mean, that was pretty creepy. This one, something just went through my legs.
Using their mucus coating and boneless flexibility, these primitive bloodsuckers find it easy to outmaneuver me.
Right, that's a pretty good haul. That's me catching the lamprey. The next stage, which I'm not particularly looking forward to, is them catching me.
I've waded through their writhing bodies in a trap built to eradicate them. Now I'm going face to face, fang to vein, with a real living vampire.
And that's a strange feeling. That's a very strange feeling. There's suction, but there's something sharp going on as well. Ah, it's really getting stuck in there. Oh. The thing is, if you get these things attached, you're actually going to want to get them off. If you're swimming, you're needing your limbs to keep you afloat, to keep you moving. So what are you going to do? You've got these creatures attaching to you. Do I carry on swimming with maybe more and more attaching, or do I stop swimming, try and get these things off? Ah, easier said than done. Come on. That is hard to get off. That is hard. That is hard to get off. I don't know if there's a mark there or not. Hopefully there's not a big red hole. That feels a bit sore. I mean, these things are like aquatic vampires. I don't think that's an experience I want to repeat. Yeah. I think I've seen and felt enough.
Only fast, powerful fish can survive in these rapids.
Oh. Something at it. Right, what's that? This is something.
A vampire fish, a saber-toothed, distant relation of the piranha. Some vampire fish grow up to 4 feet long. Their dagger-sharp fangs are tailor-made for impaling other fish, enlightening fast attacks. I've even seen them bite off more than they can chew in cannibalistic assaults on their own kind.
It's got another one down its throat.
Although it's got terrifying dental hardware, these teeth can't strip flesh from bone in the way that Oscar's attacker was able to do. But anything that can share the water with these must be an impressive predator in its own right.
I just saw a flash, something going for it. Hey, that's a fish. That's a red piranha. Not going to take any chances. I don't want my fingers too close to the teeth.
But nothing can prepare you for the unexpected.
Ow! Well, I've just impaled myself on a treble there. That hook has gone right in my thumb. I've got to deal with that.
As the red-bellied piranha struggles, the hook digs deeper into my thumb.
It's the first time I've actually done that, but I have seen it happen to somebody else, and we had to give them half a bottle of whiskey and then hold him down on a table to pull it out.
I can't pull the hook straight out because the backwards-facing barb is dug right into my flesh.
Can you just hold the lure like that, where my fingers are?
While the soundman takes the weight of the fish off my thumb, I get to work with some pliers.
just letting that bleed because there's probably fish slime and all sorts in the wound.
But it's hard to give up when I know the monster stingray must be down there.
I wonder what this is.
Oh, look at that.
So this is a surubi, this is a predatory catfish. This is a small one. These things grow, they grow over 100 pounds, so 5 or 6 foot long. But I mean, the thing about this fish for me is, it's a catfish, but it's a very athletic, streamlined catfish. It's a catfish that hunts actively. So it's got quite spiky fins, so to be careful.
Ow! That's just dug its spine right in the back of my hand. That went right, oh my God. I've handled these fish actually like loads of times before. This is the first time I've been stabbed by one of these. It kicked, and that was its pectoral spine going in the back of my hand.
Although painful, these catfish spines do not have a venom.
What this is making me think about is I'm going to have to try and deal with a stingray at night. And just a moment's loss of concentration with a small catfish, and that's the result.
In the Amazon, stingrays are known as wish-you-were-dead fish because of the agonizing pain following a stab from the barb. If this ngwesh is a toothy piranha-style pack killer, then it could be the monster at the heart of that ferry incident. I need to figure out what it is, and to do that, I need to catch one.
I'm after a predator, a meat eater, so I've got a piece of steak here, quite bloody, the kind of thing that piranhas would tear to shreds. So quite a big hook, and because what I'm after has probably got teeth, I'm not using just line next to the hook because that would just be sliced through. This is wire. This is like 80, 90 pound breaking strain wire.
Within seconds of my bait hitting the water, it's getting some interest. Could I already have hooked the river monster of the Okavango?
Fish on! This is a strong fish. Glimpse of that. I think it's some kind of catfish. Wow. Ah! It's clamping down.
It's a sharp-toothed catfish, and it's got some powerful jaws.
Ah! That's the hook out, which is nice. So this is a very voracious, meat-eating predator. There are teeth in there. They drew blood on my hands, but they're small teeth. These could certainly make short work of a human corpse, but the look of that corpse, it would be very different from a body that's been bitten. So this is actually not what I'm after, and that's quite a thought. There's something else down here, which is even more fearsome than this.
And then, the moment I've been waiting for. I finally hooked into a monster. I believe these tarpon are potentially the biggest and most dangerous of their kind. And this one is proving me right.
That smashed my knuckles.
This secret location is only known by my guide, Daniel. So if I'm hit by this living missile, then I'll be in serious trouble. The battle enters a new phase of close combat, but it's still far from over.
This is physical. Big fish on a strong line, but it's just very tiring with the feet as well. Big tail.
Using all my strength, I'm trying to tire it out so I can start to bring it closer. This giant fish seems to be taking the upper hand. It's swimming circles around me while I get more exhausted.
This is a long, protracted struggle for me and the fish. We're both having to fin and just getting more and more exhausted.
Then, at last, I begin to take the upper hand. When fly fishing like this, you have to grab the last few feet of line to take control of the fish, or the rod will snap. But if I thought this fish's fight was over, I was wrong.
I've got a line round my fingers here.
This fish must be well over 100 pounds. And I finally have it on the ropes, ready to submit.
Okay, it's quite a light hook hold. Try to get the hook out. Oh! Not quite. So close. Had my hands in its mouth, and it just spun. I did everything right up until the last moment, but that's not good enough. 1 second, 2 seconds, just not good enough.
I'm exhausted. I can do no more but head back to camp. To be sure of my theory, I need to bring up a beast that's clearly capable of engulfing a limb. I have to attempt one more catch with what's left of my tackle. I might be about to get more than I bargained for.
It's a good sized fish. Just keep well clear of the line.
The beast isn't a heavyweight redtail, but a 100-pound plus Piraiba. This goes to show that these pristine waters aren't patrolled by just one type of giant predatory catfish, but two, and both were found at Obidos. But there's a problem. The hook has been taken deep inside the mouth, and I need to take it out.
I'm going to shove my hand in to get the hook out. It's going to give me a bite. It's bitten my arm.
But this extreme opportunity to feel the bite of a big catfish gives me the last piece of evidence I need. Piraiba are in the same family as redtails, and they have virtually identical rasping pads in their mouths. These give them a grip that prevents slippery, struggling prey from escaping. A grip far superior to human hands. And a grip that I now know would have no problem holding struggling prey in the dark waters of Obidos the night the boat went down. Back at camp, my guide suggests a special ritual to improve my chances of success. In Guyanese culture, some creatures are believed to have spiritual powers.
Over here, Johnny. And one ant nest here.
Oh gosh, lots of them.
Yeah, they come up in the night to feed.
These ants aggressively guard their burrows and have incredibly powerful jaws.
So our belief is that we allow them to bite our hands here so that we could get a lot of bite from the fish.
Right.
Go ahead and...
So just push like down like
Yeah.
these sort of thing, is it? Aha! I felt that. As a stab. Aye! Right, that's quite a sharp pain when they bite you. It's a bit like someone sticking a needle in your finger. The pain does go fairly quickly, but the ants are still there, sort of embedded in your skin. Why do I go along with something like this? Well, I'm not immune to having fishermen's superstitions. And actually, what possible logical link can there be between doing this and catching fish? But very often it is to do with your state of mind. If you're confident for whatever reason, you're likely to fish more effectively. I certainly feel like I've paid some kind of price. What I need now is to actually collect the payoff. That would be nice.
The next bite's a clean take, and we're game on. As I race to clip in, something powerful rips out several feet of line, then decides to tow us upriver.
It's spinning the boat, it's spinning the boat. Pulling the boat, it's taking the boat down. I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Okay. Right. Ah. Oh, yeah, that is... Oh, look at that rod. That rod is now springing back slowly. This line shouldn't go. The rod's always a bit of an unknown quantity. Ah.
It's my own Marlin class outfit taking the strain.
Just have visions of this rod suddenly shattering and getting a face full of fiberglass and carbon fibre. That's pulling down, that's pulling down. There is quite a real possibility of this thing pulling me in.
I feel like I'm trying to pull the plug out of the river. All I can do is dig in and keep the pressure on. After 30 exhausting minutes, I haven't gained an inch. This isn't like any fishing I've ever experienced, and I start to wonder if I can cope.
Most fish, it's all over in 5-10 minutes, half an hour at the extreme. You know, this in fresh water, something like this is just unheard of.
With neither of us willing to give in, it becomes a war of attrition. Give or take the odd foot of line, we're in total deadlock.
I've just been told it's 1 hour, 5 minutes so far. We're into about round 8 now. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. It's taking line. That is taking line far. This thing does not like being bullied. I just decided I was going to, show it who's boss, and the fish is saying, no, you're not the boss. Oh, that's about half an hour's worth of work has just gone. I've just gained about 3 foot of line, and it's just taken that. But sometimes when it does that, the fish then takes a bit of a breather, and I can maybe capitalise.
For another 40 minutes, we slug it out in a grueling tug of war.
Right, I've got the initiative. Whoa!
Then, after almost 2 hours, a breakthrough.
I think it's come off the bottom. There was a sudden sort of break of suction. It does feel like it. It's actually, yeah, that's definitely coming my way a lot faster than it has done at any time until now.
My arms are cramping up and I'm close to breaking point. But I've finally got the measure of this gigantic fish.
It's about 1.5 meters below the surface. Here it comes, here it comes.
I'm just seconds away from seeing what must surely be one of the world's greatest river monsters.
Right, look at that. That is the rod went. The rod went. I actually saw the fish. We nearly had it in the net, but an almighty bang.
My gear was built to deal with sharks and marlin. Whatever broke this rod could have weighed as much as 700 pounds.
I thought it was my shoulder going for a minute, but it was actually the rod.
Not too long.
Rod's too long. Yeah.
Through the net.
Oh dear, that was so close. The fish nearly came in. We saw it. It was up off, eventually after 2 hours something, it was off the bottom. We were trying to get the net round it. The rod went and the fish escaped. It wasn't quite in the net.
And to make matters worse, the fight has left me with a torn bicep.
All that suffering. I saw the fish and it's... Oh, all that for nothing. All that. Oh.
Then the sharks close in and I'm surrounded. They're striking at herrings only a few feet away. They appear to home